Welcome back to Prime Morning. It's time for Let's Talk Relationship. A big thank you to Nutri Snacks for sponsoring us. So if you're looking for snacks to enjoy, healthy snacks, something healthy to snack on, Nutri Snacks Oat Digestive is here for you. Now, talking about Let's Talk Relationship today, you know the entire month of March is celebrating Ghana, our heritage, our culture, everything about Ghana. On Let's Talk Relationship, we started off by bringing to you, the significance or importance of marriage list, the engagement list that the man's family is given, to present the things during the engagement. Yes. So the very first week of March, we had that discussion, and Reverend Anand said it's not important. He wished you would just have 5 things on the list, and then you just go. Reverend Jenny also had her own. I mean, it was really fun and exciting on that day. So we are continuing the conversation, but this time around, we are going into the ceremonies itself. When it comes to traditional marriage ceremony or engagement, as it is known here in Ghana, or as we call it here in Ghana, that on itself alone can stand as marriage for us, to us. So you either have a choice to just do the engagement, or you can do the engagement and afterwards you do a blessing or the white wedding, which isn't really that much of a necessity when it comes to we Ghanaians. But the engagement or the traditional marriage is very, very important to us. Now, there are so many things that goes into this engagement or traditional marriage ceremony. When it comes to the tribes, the various tribes that we have here in Ghana, there are slight differences, but there is something that, cuts across almost all of the traditional marriage ceremonies. Today, we are talking about the marriage ceremony of the Northern people and the Ghana people. What goes into it? How is the preparations like? What is it exactly that they do when it comes to their marriage ceremonies? My guests today, 2 amazing, wonderful women. My very first guest, she is very passionate about bringing souls or bringing people closer to God. So she goes to the cities, rural areas, towns, and she preaches the gospel. My first guest is Reverend Dr. Amma Owusu, who is a missionary. Good morning.
Good morning, darling.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful.
And I love your.
Oh,
your
thank you. Thank you for having me too. I'm so glad.
Okay, right. and our second guest is no stranger to us. She was here the very first week of March when we're on Let's Talk Relationship, and she is a very wonderful, very amazing when it comes to counseling people, when it comes to marriage. She is perfect for it, okay? I am talking about Reverend Mrs. Jennifer Selly. She's a marriage counselor from Petra International Church. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm excited about this conversation.
Oh my goodness.
Very excited. I can't wait.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Wonderful.
Okay, so Reverend,
Yes.
you're both Reverend though. So how do I?
Dr. Amma.
Okay, so Dr. Amma. That's perfect. Dr. Amma.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
So Dr. Amma, you're going to you don't like titles? You don't want me to address you?
I don't mind, but it's okay. Let's go on.
Okay, right, that's fine.
So you can differentiate between the reverends.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Something's a different shit. So you're going to talk about the Northern, I believe,
Yes.
because the way you are all, clad in the Northern.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So you're going to speak about the
Yes.
Northern, and then I believe that Reverend Jenny is going to speak about the Ghana people. All right. So let's start off with the Northern people.
Okay.
First things first, what is the first step that goes into preparations towards their marriage ceremony?
Well, today I'm going to talk about 2 tribes. Okay. I will speak about 2 tribes. Now, this northern region, they don't have one type of ceremony, okay, or they don't. Theirs is different from the south. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when we look at the man process, which is the northeast region, Mamproses, they don't pay dowry.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have a way of doing their dowry. When a man decides to marry a woman, like how the previous guest said, the man will tell his parents, his father, his uncle, whoever it is, and then they will do a background check of the woman if it's okay. Then the man, family, uncle, father, some two people will go to the girl's family and say to them that, well, my son is interested in your daughter. Mm-hmm. So when they also have done their checks and they feel that, okay, it's all right, they agree, what they do is they do something called greeting. Now, greeting is a list. They will give you a list of people that you will have to go and greet with money and cola.
That the man's family would have to go and greet?
Yes.
Okay.
So from both sides, you have to greet from the mother's side and from the father's side. Oh, yeah. And this cola and money is given according to ranks. So if you are lucky or blessed and you have maybe just 5 people which lives within family members who live within the area, that's okay. Mm-hmm. But if the family is large, the clan is large, and maybe some lives in Accra, Kumasi, whatever, the man will have to locate all of them and go and greet them.
Wow.
Yes.
Regardless of their location.
Regardless of their location. So they don't give you time.
Okay.
They don't set a particular time that you should do this in 6 months or whatever.
Okay.
So once they have given you the list of people for greeting, then you take the time to go to the man's side, you finish, and then you go to the woman's side, you finish all the greetings. The last people you go to greet will be the lady's parents. Again, it is on ranks, and you will not give them the same thing that you gave to other family members. That the man will have to decide to honor these parents a little bit a notch up. So
higher than previous.
That's right.
Although the greeting was done in ranks.
Yes.
But what is given, the parents are given more.
That's right.
Okay.
And so there might be even some particular people still that you may still have to greet again. Mm. Yes. So when all these greetings is done and the family is satisfied, then a date is set for the traditional marriage ceremony. So families from each side will come. There will be refreshment, food, and all that. Then the parents of the lady will officially hand over the young lady to the young man. So from that, the woman is free to go and live with her husband. Okay. That is the marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That is the marriage. Then, but if they are Christians and they want to go to church, then they will have to now go to the church and talk to the pastor and see when they can bless the marriage. But after the greetings is done and she is officially handed over to her husband, marriage is done.
I believe that there are a whole lot of processes that goes into the handing over of...
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so
yes.
We are going to get to that, but before that, let me come to Reverend Jenny. So the Ghana people, what Doc said, it seems that one main thing that runs across all tribes when it comes to marriage ceremony is the man telling his family that I am interested in this lady, and so I want you to help me go and ask for her hand in marriage. It seems it cuts across all tribes, I believe. Yes. And I believe it starts off the same way with the Ghana people.
The same way. So this young man will tell the parents, and then the parents will do a bit of investigations about the girl's family, and a date is set. Then either the parents go to the bride-to-be's parents, or he sends elders to go and do something called agboshimo, which is the knocking.
Okay.
So they do that early in the morning, and that is when a list is presented to them. So we do the agboshimo with shida, that's acceptance, and then or thanks. Then it's an amount of money.
Okay.
An amount of money, and then a bottle of schnapp or wine or something is sent. So from the Agboshimo is when the list is given, and then the marriage ceremony itself. It's when each party is ready, and it's the woman's family that hosts the marriage.
Okay.
And marriage is between a man and a woman who have decided to live together for the rest of their lives. Matured women, matured people. And marriage is among 4 families, if I may say. So if it's you, your mom's family plays a role, your dad's family, and then your husband-to-be's family, and then a maternal family. Yeah. So you see that there are 4 families. If someone is left out, it doesn't go well.
Yes.
Everybody must be involved. Yes. There are key people that must be involved in the marriage, which is very, very important. So when that is done, there is a date set aside. So they tell them to bring the items for the marriage. So the lady's family will host the traditional marriage. Okay. And that is called gawo in the Ghana tradition. So the list, if I can mention but a few of them, you have the customary marriage, you have ga, which is ring. And then you have a hymn book. The Gans don't joke with their hymn book, the hymn book and the Bible. And then 2 bottles of wine, 2 bottles of whiskey, bottles of gin, Castle Bridge, soda.
Castle Bridge?
Yes, it's a drink. Castle Bridge is a drink. It's a foreign drink. I told you last time that they like, I don't know what is this about, this foreign drink.
The whites brought them.
And they are specific.
Yes. So they will tell you they like these foreign drinks. They say it tastes better than the local. So that's why they are very specific. Our elders are very specific. So, and then you have an amount of money in there. Then you have to moda, money for bride to start business or to support her. You see, cut across. There are so many things, marriages that cut across on some lines. Apart from the northern that Dr. Alma said, the greeting is done from one house to the other. Yes, that one is a bit different. Yeah. So on the traditional marriage day, the things are brought. The mother and father of the bride-to-be are seated with the elders to receive the items. So they receive the groom-to-be into their home with their families, with the items. That is when you see them carrying a whole lot of those things into the home, and they will be doing the ago, mina feel you. And it's fun, it's happiness, it's joy, because someone is being honored among the family. It's a day of joy and celebration. So apart from that, we have the senihamo, which is the dowry. And the dowry involves this is the part where the bride price is paid. This gift is often in a form of money and other items. So
the bride price is different from the money that is given for her to start a business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So this is the part 3. So we've done part 1, knocking and acceptance. Part 2, that is the she will. Then we came to part 3, say nihamo, which is the dowry, which you have the 6 half pieces of cloth, the headgears, the set of jewelry, set of beads, wristwatches, pairs of shoes, ladies' handbag, a suitcase. Then we have shanunike, father-in-law's gift. That's a full piece of cloth and a sandal to match. At times, if you can afford a wristwatch. And I think you want your father-in-law to look very good on that day. Yeah. So you say thank you with those items. Then we have shayo, which is mother-in-law's gift. That's half piece of cloth and an amount of money.
Okay, so that's the list.
Yes.
On the screen.
Yeah. And then you have brother-in-law's gift. Right. And that gift, if the male children in the family are like 10, you have to bring enough money because it will be shared among the 10 brothers. It depends on the number. So you must know the number and how much you are giving to your shabby
Okay.
And then you have Shitrabi Adan. That is, you give a drink to the witnesses to the marriage. The other day I said there must be witnesses at every marriage ceremony, and that drink is poured for the key witnesses so that they go and say, yes, I drank Inueshibimoha Dan.
Yeah.
Yes, Inueshibimoda. That means I drank your dowry drink. So these are some of the things we do at the ceremony. The items are presented. We receive, they check to see. At times you go to a traditional marriage and you see they keep dragging the thing. There's no stool like that. And some families call for stool because a woman must have a stool. That means we have accepted you into the family. And as I was talking, I forgot about the buoy. Do you know buoy?
No, please.
It's the red flag that the mothers used to dress up when the chiefs call it amwase. Yes, we call it buoy in Ghana.
Okay.
So at times that one too must be part. Those are old things, but still people, some of the Ghanaians request for it to make the marriage very solid. So those two things are very significant, the buoy and the stool. That makes the woman, we have received you. That's right.
You have received you.
Yes.
So
the
come
stool,
in.
sit.
I'm getting good with the girl. I'm getting good with the girl. Okay, so now the ceremony itself, with what has been said so far for both tribes, it is the woman's family that everything happens at.
Yes.
And then she's later on carried to her husband's home. Now, the preparations of the woman herself and her family, what goes into it? Let me start with the Northern.
Well, I think that in all the tribes, if a woman is being, let me come back. I'll go back. I know we are not doing the Ghana, but there's something that it has really bothered me for some time, and I want. We talk about engagement. We call our traditional marriage engagement. It is totally wrong.
I've corrected the last week.
It is totally wrong. Now, I live, excuse me to say this, I live in abroad. Okay. Now, if you talk about engagement is like, you beautiful lady, you meet this guy, and he says, hey, we've been dating for some time, and one day he decides to, finally propose to you that, hey, we're going to marry. Then he kneels down at, a restaurant somewhere, and he says, chicken in or something. I said, will you marry me? And he, oh yes. And then he puts that ring on your finger.
So that promise ring.
That is a promise. You call it promise, but that is engagement ring.
Engagement ring.
Yes.
I see.
We have a white lady here. That is the engagement. So she goes down now to go and tell her parents that I've been engaged. Johnny has finally put the ring on, saying that we are going to marry. So that is when they prepare themselves towards their wedding. They don't have traditional marriage.
Yes.
But when you look at what goes into our traditional marriages, you cannot call it engagement. And when we call it engagement, we don't put value on it.
Okay.
Yes, we lessen the effect. And so that is why some people can do the traditional marriage and still say that, well, I'm not married to you. I can divorce you at any time.
Right.
But we have to establish that once you do the traditional marriage,
you're married.
You are married.
Yeah.
You cannot go to any altar to go and bless marriage when you haven't gone to pay a dowry. No pastor will bless it. So that's why when they stand at the altar, they ask you, they ask the girl's parents, has all rights been observed? And you said yes, before they will marry you. So it is about time we go back to honor our forefathers and our mothers. Most of us that are calling this engagement, our mothers and our fathers, they married that way. They didn't go to church with white weddings, but they gave birth to us. Are we not proper children? We are.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So it is about time to go to the right sources and do the right thing, and release the youth also to be able to marry. This is a comment offside what I just wanted to say.
This is actually serious. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, because the youth are not marrying because now they have to prepare for the traditional marriage, which is very expensive. And now the white lady, the white wedding, the woman wants to wear this long and the parties that comes with it. And it feels like if you don't do it, then you are not married. But that is not it. So we need to begin to, I call on all pastors and all stakeholders, like, let's educate our people. The marriage is between the families, like Reverend Jennifer said. It involves a lot. Now, like in the North, all the clans, right? Every member of the family is part of this marriage.
Okay.
So that is why you have to go and greet all these family members while the woman is also preparing herself to be married. Yes. Now, all of them don't do the same thing. The Frafra's marriage is quite different from the Mamprosis.
Okay.
Now, with the Frafras, again, the first thing is the background check. All right. And then the man's family, when they first visit, they will go in 2 guinea fowls, some tobacco, and some cola, and some money to go and tell their intentions. Okay. So when after they've gone to tell their intentions, then the family say, okay, we'll get back to, we'll speak to our daughter. Now, we'll speak to your daughter, which can take you a long time.
Okay. Oh, okay. So a response is not given?
No, immediately, no.
Okay.
They'll say, we'll speak to our daughter. Then you go back, the man will go back. After some time, there is no response. So they will have to go back and greet again and find out the response. And every time the man will go...
Without the lady's family calling them to come?
No, because the lady's family knows what they are looking for. Okay. There is this go-come business, there's a trick to it. So every time the man's family will come to the lady's family, they'll have to bring the guinea fowls.
So that's an opportunity for them to be taking more.
Yes, because you see, it depends on how many guinea fowls they want and how many clans are involved in this marriage.
So they should tell them to bring it collectively.
Now I think they have begun to shorten things for people, but in the olden days, that is what they do it. So go and come. Then they say, oh, we haven't spoken to our daughter yet. And then you go for another 2 weeks or 1 month, no response. Then you come back again, guinea fowls, and you know all the process all over.
Cola.
Yes, until finally, they will say they have got how many guinea fowls they want, and everybody has been, you know, greeted.
So at that time, how many guinea fowls were they looking for?
Depends on the clan. Depends on the people.
But averagely,
probably 20, 10, 20. Yes. Well, there's the involved cows too. We haven't even got there.
Just for the, I would say, knocking.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So when that is received, then the parents will say, okay, we are now accepted. That is the first part. Then after that, the woman can come to your house. But when the woman comes, within 3 days, the man, probably not himself, but the parents or the family members is supposed to go back to the girl's family to tell them that the woman is with him. And he goes with a red fowl. You have to go back there with a red fowl. You go and say the woman with, you know, and if they accept the red fowl, it means that the marriage is ready to go.
Okay, Doc, so we are going to get back to that, but let me come to you, Reverend Jenny. Reverend Jenny, you're excited about the whole guinea fowl, and she had not even come to the cow.
No, not yet. Wow.
Reverend Jenny, tell us how you feel so far what she said. She will continue, but so far with what she said, how does that make you feel?
It's their tradition. And traditions must be respected. So if you are from the South going to marry a Northerner, I'm wondering. Exactly. I was just wondering.
It was the same thing.
Am I going to take flights every week, every month to the north to be sending this guinea fowls.
The guinea fowls.
That's a whole lot of work. So I think I heard her say modernization has come in, and I'm very happy about that because of late, no one has time.
Exactly. We just want to do it and get over with it.
Do it.
The whole go and come.
So it's a bit hectic. And when I hear about the cow, I don't think it's their tradition, as I said. I don't want to say anything negative about somebody's tradition.
Okay.
We need to respect it.
Respect it.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. So Doc, let's continue. So, but you know the cow aspect. So it's still with the same Frafras.
Yes.
So aside the cow that they would take, the cow that they would take.
Last thing they take, but there's more.
So the cow is the last item I would say that they take. Miss Jenny, Reverend. Coming to you, so with the things that so far that Doc has mentioned, that they take cow, they take guinea fowl. When it comes to the Ga people,
So
four cows. When it comes to the Ga people, is there anything like they taking goats, any poultry?
No,
there's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that.
They don't take any.
That's the foreign drinks.
So they are mainly concerned about the foreign drink.
The foreign drinks, which is very, very important. The Castle Bridge and the schnapps.
And the schnapps.
And the Dubonnaise.
The Dubonnaise?
Yeah. The Dubonnaise is also from abroad. So those are the ones they ask for. But we as Christians always talk to the families. And some families, there's enlightenment now. So they accept money for all these drinks, which some families are still fighting that amamre is amamre, you don't have to throw it away. So, but then
I believe that we should stick to our tradition because that's actually what identifies us.
we don't drink. So, so some of us cannot send it to somebody to drink, and let's go there. Let's
leave it.
Where we are.
But the preparations of the bride.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How does the woman's family help her prepare herself to be taken to her husband to be's home?
Yeah. So as soon as the intention is made that you are getting married, even before then, every mother talks to their daughter. And I will use myself again as an example. When I was getting married, the day we did the traditional marriage, the following day was our church wedding. So that means I'll be moving to my husband's house after the church. So I was supposed to pack my things. And I quite remember it was a whole truck. Ladies of today, I had my saucepan, my cooking utensils. I have my everything. Whilst I was working, my mother taught me you need to be buying things as a woman. Your kitchen must be set when you start life. So there are some of us, those are some of the advices. We need to be able to be women. Learn how to dress properly, learn how to talk in public, learn how to honor your husband, respect your husband. Those are the tidbits that go into the ladies' preparation towards the marriage.
Okay.
And there are times some parents will help their daughters out. They get to help them with few things that will set their kitchen up. And you are not expecting that when you get to your husband's house, you are going to knock on the next door. Can I get your frying pan to fry egg for my husband? No, it's a no. So ladies must know that as a woman, you must be prepared before you enter into your husband's home. Prepared psychologically, you prepared physically, you must be ready. And there are certain things that our parents talk to us about that I did same. I overspend them during marriage. Overspending. We need to check that. We spend too much money on the marriage celebration, which is just too much. As Dr. Amma said, it is too much. We need to cut down on celebration of marriages in Africa, in Ghana particularly. It's becoming too much and too, I don't know. We're putting pressure on people. Unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
And as Dr. Amma was saying, the Northern culture, she said that the lady will be asked whether she want to marry the man. You know, in Ghana, we do it on the day of the celebration of marriage. And these things are there from old. It's in the Bible. If you permit me to read the scripture, yes, please. Let's look at the scripture about Abraham and Isaac, their marriage. When Abraham sent for the servant to get a wife for Isaac. So after everything has been done, I want to cut it from Genesis 24, verse 50. Then Laban and Pethuel answered and said, the thing comes from the Lord. We cannot speak to you either bad or good. Here is Rebekah before you. Take her and go, and let her be your master's son's wife, as the Lord has spoken. And it came to pass, when Abraham's servant heard their words, that he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. Then the servant brought out jewelry of silver, jewelry of gold, clothing, and gave them to Rebekah. Today, what do we do? Same. He also gave precious things to her brother and her mother. So, Ona Shayo, Shanu, Shabi, all is there in the Bible. The one who created marriage is and he and the men who were with him ate and drank and stayed all night. The merrymaking. He and the men that were with him ate and drank and stayed all night. Then they arose in the morning, and he said, send me away to my master. But her brother and her mother said, let the young woman stay with us a few days, at least 10. After that she may go. Verse 20 so says, and he said to them, do not hinder me, since the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away so that I may go to my master. So they said, we will call the young woman and ask her personally. That's verse 58. Verse 57. Then they called Rebekah and said to her, will you go with this man? What do we see?
Same.
So,
same.
It's been there for... It's been there for ages, and we cannot. That's why I value the traditional marriage more than the white wedding in the chapel. I love that, where the families meet together and get to know each other. I'm not marrying to just my husband. I'm marrying into a family. When you marry, you are not married to only the man. You are married into the family. So all these things that we see at our traditional marriage ceremonies are things we came from Israel with. All of us. So that's why it cuts across. Because this one that they said, let's call the lady and find out. After parents have received the items, what do we see? They call the bride-to-be and said, ask her. This family, do you know them? He said, yes, they have brought all these things. Should we accept it? So the husband bringing items for the wife has been there since. Did you hear the jewelry, the gold?
The silver,
I love jewelry. Yes. So you can be changing your clothes. Those are the things that you wear personally. But as Reverend Anand said...
I was about to say that. Then it means you are fueling?
Yes.
Or you are...
No, I'm not.
Reverend Anand should have been here. I'm sure he would have just looked at you like, hey.
No, the party side should be modest. What I'm saying is the number of the days that we spend in celebration, that's what he was talking about. So ceremony should be short between families, and then traditional marriage should be between families. So I don't know where the parties came from. The people, the two families are even, me, if you take my family on my wedding day, the hall was not able to contain just my family. So can you imagine?
Exactly.
Yes. So we should cut it and then we make sure what goes, because the feeding is where the expenditure goes more.
The issue.
The drinks, the partying is where the expenditure goes more. So I think I will advise young ladies and men who are marrying now to be careful and then to tread cautiously, listen to advice, listen.
So the main thing that is done to prepare the bride-to-be, she's advised. She is prepared, she's aided to prepare herself physically as well.
Yes.
But why is it only for just the kitchen?
And the bedroom and everything comes in.
Yes.
Hey, the bedroom comes in.
Yes, everything.
You are not supposed. I'm coming one after the other. It's because of the introduction I went there.
Okay.
So when it comes to the bedroom, you are taught not to starve your husband.
Okay.
The woman's duty is to go into the kitchen and prepare food for the husband. That has been the norm until modernization set in.
Okay.
I'll come to that. So you are taught to feed your husband. Don't starve him. Don't starve him in the stomach. Don't starve him in the bedroom. When you get married, the ladies are taught that your body is not for you. Your body is for your husband. Your husband's body is for you. You can just go for it anytime you want. So you are not supposed to starve your husband with sex. At times when he offends you, then you get angry and start wearing jeans to sleep and things. Is very bad. It's very bad. All that you are communicating to your husband is you can go out. If you do that to your husband, you are sending your husband to go to the streets. And the end result is always not good.
Dr. Amma.
Yes.
All that Reverend Jenny has said right now, is it the same with the preparations for the North?
Almost the same.
Almost the same.
Almost the same. Because the woman that is going to marry should know how to steer the T-Z.
Okay. The T-Z.
She has to know how to do the T-Z.
Right.
It is I mean, the top of the crop. You have to know how to do it. So they prepare. You have to know how to carry yourself as a woman that has been engaged or endowed to be fully go to your husband. So there's a way you have to carry yourself so that other men will not, you know, be calling on you. So that is, they teach them how to do all these things, how to, you know, and then not also, the man has a right to have 2 wives.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some families allow.
Yeah.
So the woman, you have to look at your mother, listen to your mother, what she tells you, how to carry yourself in all things, so that when the time comes that you have to go to your husband's house, you are not going to go and mess up. When the man says not, say some T-Z, you don't know how to put flour into water to make anything. So they make sure that the woman, because it is a disgrace for a man to send a woman back home to say that she doesn't know how to take care of the house. You see, so those are some of the things that they are very, very interested in, to make sure that the woman is well prepared before going in.
Okay.
Because in the case where they take cows, for example, there's other processes before the cow. The cow is the last stage crab.
Yeah.
But the cow, they don't take it immediately. They wait till the marriage is going on, and then the father will come in through a rope and let you know that maybe we need 4 cows or we need 2 at a time. Now, these cows are held on for the girl's brother when the girl's brother or any brother in the family is going to marry. That is when they come for the cow, because the brother that is going to marry has to pay a dowry of a cow to another family. Okay. Now, so the Northerners, they don't play with their daughters. And so and then you as a daughter, you cannot go home and go to your husband's house and mess up. Yeah. Because when you do that, then you are putting the family into, because if the man sends you away, it means that the family has to return the cows.
And the guinea fowl.
the guinea fowl and the goats, they are already gone.
They are gone.
That one is gone.
They are gone.
Yeah, but the cows are the final dowry that the man pays. So that is what holds the family, the marriage. So if the woman decides that she will marry again, then it means that her father has to return the 4 cows. So these are some of the things that they make sure that you go and you don't return.
Make sure the marriage works.
Make sure it works. So whatever advice your parents will give you, you adhere to it to make sure that you don't just go and say, now I don't love the man again. Just like how we do it in the South here.
Yeah.
The least thing, we pack our bags and say, I don't love him again. No, it's not like that. They respect their tradition and they hold on to it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happens next? So the lady is advised, she's prepped, and then all that.
Yes. So when the lady is gone to, like I was saying, in the Frafra land,
yes,
when the woman now is with the husband, they have accepted the red fowl. If the red fowl is not accepted, it means that somebody else is interested in the woman after we paid all that guinea fowls.
Wow.
But if the red fowl is accepted, that means the marriage now is still on.
Okay.
Okay. Then you wake up one, they will tell you that the brother-in-laws are coming to visit. Now, when the brother-in-laws are coming, they are coming maybe 4 or 5, depending on, again, how many clans is in that family. So if they have 5 clans, they will select 1 brother from each clan.
Each clan.
That's right. And then they will come and visit the man in the night.
What do they want?
Yeah. So when they come, this husband now has to give them goats, guinea fowls, some money, and sometimes even with dog.
Dog?
A dog.
So after everything, even after the woman moving into her husband's house.
It is not done. So it is now that the brothers are coming to get their, like in the Ghana, they say you give akuntasekan.
Yeah,
no. It is now that the brother-in-laws are also come. And if you give them the 2 goats and or whatever, and all the guinea fowls and whatever you give them, if it is not enough, they will tell you that it is not enough. So you have to add.
Wow.
Then they will slaughter those animals that night, and they will skin the goat. They will take the skin away, and the meat is not cut into small pieces. They are cut in segments, big ones like that. The reason being, they are going to take all this meat back to go and report to the elders from wherever, how far they came from. So they will cook the meat a little bit with salt. Then they will use the intestines and the stomach to tease it for the guests that came in the night. Whilst they are waiting for the meat to cook, they'll be eating some granuts, waiting and celebrating. They'll be celebrating in the night. And so in the morning, they'll put all the meat back into the goat skin and then carry it away to the families to go and
give report.
To go and give report. And then that meat will be shared among all the clans that went. So then that means that now the marriage has been accepted. Then your last dowry to pay will be the cow. So the cow, some may take it out front, some will wait till when they need it. So if they don't take it up front and you hear a knock one day and it's your it's your father-in-law or
coming for his cow.
Coming, you see that he has robes, right? So when they come, according to tradition, they don't talk, but they throw the rope on the floor. And as you see how many ropes is there, you will know how many cows he wants.
Wow.
Whether he wants 2 at a time or he wants all the 4. Maybe they might want all the 4 because his son is going to get married and it is time for him also to pay for a cow.
So he's coming to use the cow from his daughter's husband.
Yes.
To go pay
the price for
his son.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is why they don't play with their daughters, and the young men don't play with their sisters, because their bride price is with the sister.
Wow.
Yes.
This is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting.
This is really interesting. Unfortunately, we are pressed for time, and like, oh my God, I wish we could continue, because it keeps getting more interesting.
Yes.
I know that with the gas, there's even so much more. But unfortunately, this is where we have to end this segment. But Reverend Jenny, you have an upcoming program?
Yes. It's a Kayil International Women's Conference, and it's happening from 21st of March to the 26th of March, all the way at Petra International Church, Dawenya. We have speakers like Mama Francisca Danka Williams. I have a guest from South Africa, Apostle Simbongili Sitoli, and then my husband, Bishop Selly, will be speaking, and myself, Dr. Alma, and everybody is going to be there. It's going to be great. So I will encourage, if you live in and around Tema, Miocho, Pram, Dawenya, I'm inviting you to the Kayil International Women's Conference. Don't miss it. It's going to be impactful. God bless you.
God bless you too, Reverend Jennifer. Before I go, a happy birthday to Beatrice Echampoma Poku. This is from Dennis Kunto. A happy birthday to Beatrice Echampoma Poku. Well, viewers, this is what we end. Let's talk relationship. Today we've been talking about the marriage ceremony, what goes into the preparations for a woman to be married off to her husband when it comes to the Northern people and the Ghana people. And my guest today, Reverend Dr. Amma Owusu, who is a missionary, and Reverend Mrs. Jennifer Selly, who is a marriage counselor with Petra International Church. And so, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It
has
been very fun, very educational. I can't wait to have you once more, so we can have another conversation when it comes to, maybe, we are going to take another a different tribe and all that, and we'll talk about it. And so, viewers, this is where we end Let's Talk Relationship. My name is Esiedua Akumia.